but it is being streamed directly to YouTube. So that will make it available directly after the session that you can actually watch the recording. So please note, we will still recording this session as well, just to make sure we've got two backups of it. But the recording will also, the one that we will share with you will be the one that's on YouTube, as that will use a bit less data. But again, welcome everybody to tonight's session. So this is the second session on using the Invigilator app. Tonight we're actually joined by Erica from the Invigilator team, and she will guide you through how to set up the app, how to use the app, and then afterwards we will have David also just show you a quick demo with his phone, how to use the app on the mock exam. So it's very important to do the mock exam, although you're going to be using it for your assignments. The mock exam works exactly the same. So that's how you test out to make sure everything is working. But I'm just quickly going to ask Erica. Yeah, I see she is the presenter. Erica, are you ready to go?
Hi, Richard. I was just typing to you, asking you to give me permission for video and microphone. Yes, I'm ready to go. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the training. I think that most of you have probably used the app before, but I do want to give a little bit of an introduction. And the way that I'm going to structure the hour is to first of all, just give a little bit of an introduction. Then I'm going to take you through the student user guide, which looks slightly different this year. I'm going to play you a pre-recorded video, which is a demonstration on the app itself. And then finally, I'm going to end off with some frequently asked questions that I normally receive. And Richard, I'm not sure whether you're going to allow questions afterwards, but I'm happy to do that as well. So without further ado, let me share my screen with you. Sorry, let me just move this text box. Right. So I just want to start off by saying that, with any proctoring tool, I think it's always important that you understand the purpose of using it and that you don't experience it as something negative and something there to spy on you. It really is there to protect the academic integrity of your qualification, and this protects everybody, you as a student, the value of your qualification out there in the job market, and of course of the university as well. It is your own private little invigilator in the comfort of your own home while you are taking remote assessments. So just very briefly, if you look at the bottom there, as you know, you are going to be using the mobile version of the app. So you're going to start off by downloading it on your phone, and you'll find it either on the Google Play Store, the Apple App Store, or the Huawei App Gallery, depending on the nature of your device. So it's a physical app that is downloaded onto your phone. Before I talk through the different functionalities, I think what is important is if you've not used the app before, it is quite important for you to set aside 15-20 minutes in the next day or two just to sit down, download, register, go through the calibration, and then perform a short demo as well. We do find that students who try and do all of this on the day of their assignment or the day of their test run out of time, and that just causes a whole lot of anxiety that you really don't need. So, get this out of the way, make sure that everything is working properly, and, when you need to use it for the first time, you're going to feel completely comfortable. So I just want to briefly run you through the different checks and balances of the app, and we start top left. You are going to be asked to take selfies while you're writing an assessment. If you are simply using this for an assignment, when you're ready to submit your assignment, of course, you'll be just asked to quickly take a selfie of yourself and then to upload your assignment. We then use artificial intelligence. We compare this with your master selfie to make sure it is the correct person writing the assessment. Then just below that, you'll also be asked to upload your script. And this simply means that you will use your phone, the app itself. The app has a built-in scanner just to take a photo of each of your answer sheets, whether it be an assignment, whether it be an assessment, and that is then converted into a PDF document and uploaded to our database. Very important though, is that the script upload to the Invigilator does not replace your upload to UNISA. That's very important. That still needs to happen and it needs to be prioritized. Just below that, a very important principle is that of out-of-app time. So you are not allowed to close or to minimize the app while it is invigilating you. And again, we need to draw a distinction here between whether you are using the app for an assignment or whether you are using the app for an assessment. If you are using the app for an assignment, you're not physically being monitored, right? You're not being invigilated because you've got maybe a week or two during which you can prepare your assignment, and then you're simply going to use the app just to upload your assignment at the end. However, if you are going to use the app for assessment purposes, the app needs to be running in the foreground of your mobile phone for the entire duration of your assessment. You cannot close it, you cannot minimize it. The moment that you close or minimize, that time starts accumulating, and that is seen as a transgression. There is one exception, and that is if you need to reach out to our help desk because you are experiencing technical difficulties. And of course, there's a way for us then to check that. So if your out-of-app time does not correspond with the time that you reached out to our help desk, again, you know, that would be a transgression because it means that you were using your phone for something else. Then in the middle at the top, we'll also be performing voice recordings, and the purpose of these recordings are to detect human speech, and more specifically, whether you are discussing the content of the test with someone else. So many of you are concerned that you might live in a noisy environment, or your mum comes into the room, wants to know if she can make you a cup of tea. Those things are not transgressions. All of the voice recordings are listened to, and it's only when you're discussing the content of the test that that is seen as a transgression. Just below that, guys, always have some form of ID with you when you are using the app, whether it is a student card, an ID card, or a driver's license. It doesn't matter because you will be asked to take a photo of it. And you'll also be asked to take a photo of the page that you are busy writing. So there are customized photos that are built in. And then at the bottom, GPS location mapping. So we determine your position where you're at when you are using the app. And the reason we do that is to determine whether there are any students who are in very close proximity when they are using the app. Now, I just want to reassure you that a GPS failure in itself is not a transgression because, you know, students often write in student accommodation or in a library or in an office. From that perspective, they will be in close proximity. However, we do prepare a report for your lecturer in which we indicate which students were close by. And of course, those scripts, you know, are then marked directly after each other, and the lecturer is on the lookout for possible copying that might have taken place. Then top right is our built-in browser. I don't actually want to say too much about that at the moment. In the demonstration that I'll play to you in a short while, I am going to be talking about the built-in browser, but that is specifically designed for students who are single device users. And with that, I mean you only have a smartphone. You do not have access to a laptop or a desktop as well. So that means that you're using your phone not just for invigilation purposes, but also obviously to access your assessment as well. Right, let me just stop sharing. So that was part one, just a very brief introduction to the app. And then the next thing that I'd like to share with you is just to run you through the student user guide, which looks slightly different this year. So this is the 2025 student user guide for UNISA. Again, let me just try and move this text box. It's in my way. All right, there we go. So what I would suggest is, if you've not used the app before and all of this is new to you, that you keep the student user guide close by when you get ready to download the app and go through the registration process. Because what we've done is we've broken down the guide into all of the different sequential steps, so guidance on how to download, how to register, how to verify your account, and so on and so forth. So this really is a handy guide. If you get stuck at any point, you can refer to the guide for additional help. Now, I'm not going to go through the entire guide. There are a few pages that I do want to highlight, though. And the first one is on page 5, where we talk about our technical support team. And you'll also find the number here on this page. So this is really important. If you experience any technical issues with the app, please do not reach out, to UNISA. Please send a WhatsApp to our help desk. You cannot call the number. It's a WhatsApp help desk only. But that, of course, means that you can send us a video, a screenshot, a voice note of whatever it is that you're struggling with. And our trained agents will then assist you with whatever it is that you're struggling with. Then I want to talk about the demo test QR code, which has been provided to you on page 7. So, guys, I think that this is quite an important part of your preparation in using the app, because this simulates, and it really is just an 8-minute simulation. It simulates exactly what the app is going to be doing while it is invigilating you. It also shows or includes the script upload functionality, so you get to practice that. It's only 8 minutes, right? So it's going to be really quick to do it. You can do it as many times as you like until you feel comfortable. This is not a mock exam, so it's not including an underlying actual exam. It's literally just an 8-minute simulation of how the app works. And you'll see just below the QR code, there is an alphanumerical number, which is called our access code. And in order for you to start the invigilation, you're either going to scan the QR code, or you're going to type in manually this alphanumerical number, whichever one you prefer. The app has a built-in scanner, so you don't need to scan it with a separate app. You're going to do it within the Invigilator app. Right, and then I want to, let me just have a look. I don't think there was anything else that I wanted to speak about. No, I think the rest of the document is pretty self-explanatory, and you can go through it in your own time. And like I said, if you, if you get stuck, please refer to that. Alternatively, what you can do is you can reach out to our help desk for assistance. Right, now the next thing that I'd like to do is I'd like to play you a video which I recorded earlier this afternoon. It's just a demo of exactly how the app works. So I am just going to stop my camera and then select the video. Just give me a moment. Okay. Let me find it. Richard, if you can't see or hear it, please just let me know. Good day, everyone. This is a demonstration on how to use the Invigilator app on your smartphone. You are obviously going to start by downloading the Invigilator mobile on your mobile phone, either from the Apple App Store, the Huawei App Gallery, or the Google Play Store. Once downloaded, you're going to go through a registration process. What is important here is that you need your UNISA student number and your UNISA MyLife email address to register with. So not a personal email address, but with your MyLife email address. Once you've registered, you will go through a compulsory calibration check just to make sure that your device is compatible with the app. You will also take your master selfie. It is very important for the master selfie that we can fully see all of your facial features. So please do not wear a hat or a mask or sunglasses. Normal glasses are okay. And then once you've taken your master selfie, this is the screen that you will see. I strongly want to recommend that you do the demo QR code, which is available on page 8 in your student user guide. By doing this demo code, it's just going to give you an opportunity to practice with the app and to see what the app is all about. Right, so when you're ready to do the demo or any Invigilator test, the way that you get started is you click on the Start Invigilation button, and then you've got an option. You can either scan the QR code or you can enter the access code, which is visible just below the QR code. In my case, I'm going to scan the QR code. Let me click on that button, and then all I need to do is point my phone in the direction of the QR code, and the scanning will automatically take place. The app will bring up your profile. Just make sure that it is your profile and click on yes. And then just allow the app an opportunity to get everything ready. So remember, if you need to take any photos, so for example, take a selfie or take a photo of some form of ID or whatever the case might be, you will hear an audible prompt on your phone. So it is important that you test your sound. So I'm going to click on the middle button that says test sound. Right, the prompt is nice and loud and I can properly hear it. If it was too soft or too loud, you could make the adjustment, and once you're happy, you click on the yellow start button. You are then informed that at the end of the invigilation, you are going to be requested to upload your script. So it doesn't mean that you need to do anything right now. It's just telling you that when you reach the end of the invigilation, you will be required to do so. Of course, this is a demo, and for a demo, you don't actually have a script. So you can have any piece of typed or written paper that you can just practice with on uploading the script. If this message does not pop up, it means that for that specific assessment, your lecturer is not requiring you to upload your script. So I'm going to click on continue. I understand the instruction. You're then informed that you're not allowed to close or to minimize the app while you are being invigilated. So the app has to run in the foreground of your mobile phone for the entire duration of the assessment. I'm going to click on continue. I understand that instruction. Then you arrive at this screen. Now, just a few things. If you look at the bottom timer, there's an 8 next to it, which means that this demo is 8 minutes long. This timer will always coincide with the length of your assessment. So if you're writing a 2-hour paper, it will start at 120 minutes and count down to 0. Then also, if you look at the top right-hand side, there is a yellow button that says Access Browser. So guys, for those of you who have 2 devices, in other words, you have a laptop and you also have a smartphone, you will not need to use this button because you will access your assessment on UNISA's portal via your laptop. However, if you only have a smartphone and nothing else, so you are a single device user. Sorry, there's my first instruction. I need to take a photo of my driver's license, ID, or student card. Let's click on continue. Right, obviously I don't want a copy of my ID to be distributed amongst a lot of students, so I'm just taking a picture of something else, but you need to take a photo of your ID, driver's license, or student card. Right, back to the Access Browser button. So if you are a single device user, you only have a smartphone and nothing else. You obviously need to use your smartphone not just for invigilation purposes, but also to be able to access your assessment. And for those students, we have a built-in browser. So if you click on that button, Access Browser, let me do it. It takes you to your UNISA site. And from here on, you can navigate yourself to your assessment. Right, so if I want to go back, if I look at the top arrow that points left, I can just go back to the main screen. Okay, so that's the way in which, if you are a single device user, you can access UNISA's portal and navigate yourself to the assessment while you are still being invigilated. Then also at the bottom of the screen, you will see that there is a button called Finish Assessment. So if you finish your assessment earlier than the allocated time, so let's say it's a 120-minute assessment, and you finished it in 100 minutes, you are able then to stop the invigilation at an earlier point as well. It is, however, very important that you understand that you cannot stop the invigilation prior to being finished, because the moment that you press on the Finish Assessment button, you will be asked to take a photo of your script, and that means that you'll be submitting an incomplete script. Right, here's my next prompt telling me to take a selfie. So let's click on continue. Sorry about that, I accidentally closed. There's my selfie. Right, so one thing I do want to mention about this Finish Assessment button is, ladies and gentlemen, there is a minimum amount of time that you have to be in the app before you can actually stop the invigilation. So for the first part, probably that button will not be accessible to you. And only once that minimum threshold has been reached, you can then click on the Finish Assessment button. So I can see here, bottom right, I still have 4 minutes left, but I have, let's say, completed my assessment, and I now want to stop the invigilation. So I'm going to click on Finish Assessment. The app asks me whether I'm sure that I'm finished. I'm going to say, yes, I am finished. And then it says you have performed all the checks and you can continue to upload. Just one thing, if there are any outstanding photo prompts, let's say a selfie or taking a photo of something else, if they've not yet had an opportunity to appear by the time that you click on the Finish Assessment button, the moment that you click on Finish Assessment, you will be immediately prompted to take those photos. But of course, for me, both the prompts did take place, so I can click on the Finish button. I'm now told that I have 10 minutes in which I need to upload all the images of my exam script. So this simply means I have 10 minutes in which I need to take a photo of each of my answer sheets. So let's click on OK. Then before you start, please make sure there's lighting in the room. Please make sure your camera is in portrait and zoomed in on the document as close as possible before cropping. Please keep the camera still and check for any blurred images. Let's click on OK. Right, you now arrive at this screen, another rectangle. Inside the rectangle, there is a yellow square with a plus sign in it. So in order to start taking photos of your script, you're going to click on that plus sign button, and then you simply point your phone over your script page, and automatically it will take a photo once it's located the script. Now you would have noticed that I have a slightly darker background. I just used a piece of blue paper. You don't have to use a darker background, it's not necessary, but I do find that if you have a slightly darker background, it does help the scanner to easily detect your page. So please look at the bottom right hand side where it says next. If I click on that and I now want to take a photo of the next page, I simply just do exactly the same, point my phone, and there is my image. So let's say I'm done. This is now my total script. You're obviously going to continue up until the point that you've taken a photo of each of your pages. If you click on next and then at the bottom right click on done, then it takes you back to this screen, and you can see there that I've taken 2 photos. Right, if you've scanned 10 pages, obviously there will be 10 pages in there. And now at this point, I want to save this document as a PDF. So at the bottom where it says Save as PDF, I click on that. And what the app is now doing is it is automatically converting the photos that I took into a PDF document. And at the bottom, I'm going to click on Upload PDF. Okay. And then I'm just prompted, am I sure that I want to upload this document? I'm going to click on yes, upload, and automatically the upload takes place. And I'm also provided with a reference number, which is my proof that I've successfully used the Invigilator app. So guys, just remember that if you do have an internet connection at the end of your assessment, like in my case, the upload took place automatically. I didn't have to do anything. If for some reason you did not have an internet connection by the end of your assessment, you obviously need to select the option to upload later because you're unable to upload at that stage. And then I'll show you just now how you access that assessment and then upload it at a later stage. Just remember that you have to adhere to UNISA's requirement in terms of how long you have to upload your results. So back to this screen, I'm going to click on the yellow continue button. And now an important thing. I now have the opportunity to either go straight back to the dashboard if I want to, or I can share this PDF document that I've just created, and that's what I recommend you do, because you can use this PDF document that we've created for you also then to upload to my UNISA as well. So if I click on the Share PDF button, you can save it on your device. In my case, I'm just going to click on Outlook. So let's say I want to email this document to myself. I'm just emailing it to a fictitious email address. We'll call it script. And you can see the script is attached there. Click on send. And now I've shared that PDF externally with myself. Now I can either just keep it as my proof that I did scan a script, or I can use this to upload to UNISA. Right, and now I've done everything I was supposed to do. So I'm going to click on back to dashboard, and that then takes me back to this starting screen. So now you can just close the app, and whenever you have an assessment again, you can open it up and start by clicking on Start Invigilation again. Just a few more things. At the top left, next to Dashboard, there are 3 horizontal lines. If you click on those, and then you click on the third one from the top, which says View Invigilated Assessments. Okay. It's bringing up a list of all of the assessments that I've used the Invigilator mobile for. Now you're going to see the top 2. The reference says processing in a yellow block, and that's because I did both of them, very quickly after each other now, and our system has not yet had a chance to process it. So even though I have uploaded, the Invigilator system is still processing it, and that's perfectly normal. This can take up to 24 hours, and once the processing has taken place on the Invigilator side, it will look like all the other ones where the reference number is stated and there's no yellow block. So again, this is your proof that you use the Invigilator. So let's go back, and I'm going to press on the 3 horizontal lines again, and then third from the bottom, I'm going to go to pending uploads. Now I don't have any pending uploads because I have uploaded correctly after the invigilation was done. But let's say, as I've mentioned before, you did not have an internet connection at the end of your assessment and you were not able to perform the upload. That will now sit under pending results. So the moment that you've restored your internet connection, you're going to open up pending results. There'll be a button next to the name of the assessment that says upload. You'll click on the upload button and the upload will take later. One very important distinction that you need to understand is the difference between the 10 minutes that you have to upload your script versus once you've uploaded your script, uploading all of the information. Okay, so the taking of photos of your script is time restricted. You only have the 10 minutes that the app gives you once you've stopped the invigilation. If you do not take the photos in those 10 minutes, there is no script, and that script submission is going to be blank, right? So whether you have an internet connection or not is irrelevant. for the script, photos taking, you don't need an internet connection to take photos of your script. So you have to adhere to those 10 minutes. And then once you've taken the photos and you then want to upload all of the results, that upload, you do have a little bit of time. So, you know, if you don't have an internet connection now, you can come back when you have re-established your internet connection. I think that you guys have 48 hours to do this, so just make sure that you adhere to that. And within 48 hours, you then need to complete the total upload. So let's go back. I'm going to click on the 3 lines again. Last one says log out. Okay. I recommend that you do not log out of the Invigilator app. Just remain logged in. There are absolutely no risks. And if you are logged in, you don't have to stress about remembering your password and, you know, getting stressed just before the test. So I never log out. I always stay logged in. Thanks so much, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that this demonstration has helped you. Okay, everyone, that then was a physical demonstration on the app. I think I just need to highlight the difference because I'm not 100% sure how you will be, you know, using the app. And I briefly alluded to it before, but I just want to reiterate. So you have 2 types of scenarios. Scenario 1 is you're writing a test under test conditions, and you are being invigilated by the app as shown in the demonstration, and afterwards you are uploading your script to the app. That's option 1. Option 2 is you might also be asked to simply use the app for assignment purposes. Okay, and as I've mentioned before, when you do an assignment, you're not actually being invigilated. So it's a special type of QR code where you will still scan the QR code, but you will do that when you are ready to submit. The app is then not going to invigilate you. You're going to scan the QR code. It's going to ask you to take a photo of yourself. It's going to ask you to take a photo of an ID document, and then it's immediately going to prompt you to upload your script. Right. The last thing that I want to do, just quickly run through, I just want to have a look at some of the most popular questions that I normally receive training. And after that, Richard, you can guide me on, you know, any questions that you feel the students need answering on. Let's just quickly do this. Right, so question 1 is, can I go to the bathroom during an assessment? And the answer is yes, you can. You do not need to inform the app. But of course, you know, as a precaution, just go to the bathroom before you start writing. If you do take a bathroom break and you come back, please pick up your phone, see whether you missed any prompts while you were away. I want to reiterate, can I share my PDF document out of the app? And the answer is absolutely yes, you can. So you don't need to use a separate scanning device. You can if you want to, but you don't need to use a separate scanning app to scan your solution to upload to UNISA. You can simply share the PDF document that we have created based on your photos. You can use that PDF, email it to yourself, save it on your phone, and use it to also upload to UNISA if you want to. And then just a reassurance, I live in a noisy environment. How will that impact the audio recordings? So maybe you live in an environment where there's lots of dogs barking, traffic, construction, generators. You don't need to worry about it. Background noises do not activate the audio recordings. The audio recordings only detect human speech. What is important is that you do not listen to music while you are writing, especially music with lyrics. That is, as far as I understand, not allowed. Number 4, what will happen if there's load shedding during my test and I lose my internet connection? Yeah, so I mean, we've been lucky the last few months with load shedding, but who knows, you know, what lies ahead. But the principle of the question is important, and that is, what do I do if I lose my internet connection while I'm busy writing? Now, for the app itself, it's not an issue at all because the app does not need a constant internet connection. So you need a brief internet connection at the beginning when you are scanning the QR code. Then the app automatically disconnects from the internet and it's running locally on your device. And then you only need a brief internet connection at the end so that you can upload all of your results. And as I've mentioned before, that upload at the end is not time sensitive. You can come back as long as you do it within the timeline that UNISA provides. But you can then, move to a different space where you do have an internet connection and perform the upload. All of the data that we've collected on your phone is encrypted. It's completely tamper-proof, so it is safe until the point that you can perform the upload at the end. Right, what will happen if my phone rings during the test? So we strongly suggest that you either put your phone on flight mode or on silent while you are writing so that you are not disturbed because you are under, exam conditions. If you've forgotten to do so and your phone rings, just let your phone ring out. Do not pick up the phone and have a conversation because that is going to activate the audio recordings. Which email address do I register with, and do I need to re-register if I've used the app before? So just a reminder, the email address that you're going to register with is your MyLife email address. If you've used this app before, last year or the year before, doesn't matter, you do not need to re-register. All you need to do is you need to log in. Okay, so the registration is a once-off thing that happens the very first time that you use the app, and after that, you simply just log in with your email address and your password that you created. Also, maybe just quickly on passwords, many students are confused about the password. So the password that you create for the Invigilator app can be absolutely anything. Doesn't have to be the password that you use for your portal at UNISA. It can be absolutely anything that you like, right? And then here you've got the help desk number nice and big again. I recommend that you save this number on your phone today so that if you ever run into any trouble or you get an error message, or it doesn't matter, if you struggle to download, struggle to register, struggle to take your selfie, doesn't matter. Anything that you struggle with, please always feel free to reach out to the help desk. They are available 7 in the morning until 7 in the evening. And then students are sometimes concerned about the data that the app uses, because we all know that data is very expensive in South Africa. And because this is an offline solution, because it's not needing a constant internet connection, it actually uses very little data. So it uses between 5 and 7 megabytes of data per assessment, depending on the length of the assessment. Okay, and then just, will all of these checks not take a lot of my time during the test? And I want to reassure you that the app is not intrusive. So 95% of the app's functionalities take place automatically in the background without you even knowing about it. The only time where you need to do something is if you hear that audible prompt and you need to take a photo, either a selfie or maybe a photo of an ID or whatever the case might be. And again, the selfie, don't put on your lip gloss and try and look all fancy. It's just for us to see your facial features clearly so that the AI can compare that with your master selfie. Number 10, can I use someone else's phone? So our app really is compatible with all smartphones, but sometimes people have a phone that is faulty. Maybe the camera is broken or something is not working, or it got lost, or it got stolen, or it broke, whatever the case might be, life happens. And in that case, you can absolutely use someone else's phone. Just make sure that the app is downloaded on that person's device and that you log in to your own profile. This is especially important if you are using a fellow student's phone, because they are obviously logged into their profile, right? So they need to log out. You're logging in into your profile. And once you're done and you hand the phone back, make sure that you then log out again. Can I download the app on my laptop or my desktop? For the purposes that you are using the app at this stage, you cannot download the app on your laptop or the desktop. The version that you are earmarked to use is the mobile app solution, right? So we do have other solutions, but you are not supposed to use that. You're using the mobile app, and you're going to see, even if you try and download it on your laptop and you try and scan the QR code or use the QR code, you're going to get an error message saying you're using the wrong device. So it has to be on your smartphone. This I've said many times, I'm just reminding you. So once you are asked to take photos of your script, you've got 10 minutes. That is time sensitive. The moment that you've taken those photos, then you have a longer period that you can come back and you can do the upload at a later stage. Right, I think that's me. That's what I wanted to share with you. I'm just quickly having a look at the chat function. David is asking what support is available after 7 p.m. Okay, so how it works for the entire group. So our normal hours are 7 in the morning until 7 in the evening, unless something has been scheduled for after hours. Then the help desk is available after hours to help students with any issues that they might have. Richard, David, I'm not sure whether there are any pressing questions that you'd like me to deal with or anything that might have been unclear that I need to address.
Erica, yeah, I think you could perhaps just have a look at the chat. I think you covered most of them already with your questions that you posed. So I'm also just quickly going to share with the students just the process. So students, remember, the app only runs on your phone. Most importantly, you do not need to use your phone to do the assessment. Remember, if you got your laptop, you go to MyUnisa, you sign in, you access your assignment, just like you normally do, and then from there you can scan the code. So the app will run on your phone. On your laptop, you can do everything else. Also type it out if you're allowed. Just also to note, remember, please make sure with your academic, whether it's open book, all examinations are closed or assessments are closed book unless stated specifically otherwise. So please check with your academics what is it that you may use during your assessments. So if you look at this guide over here, before your assessment starts or your assignment, you can access the app 15 minutes before the assignment usually opens. So that means you can actually access it already, download it, make sure you can even scroll through it, get the QR code. And then when it's start time, that's when you scan the QR code, because then the assessment basically starts. So you do get a 30-minute leeway to scan it, but after that, you've basically been seen as being late for the assessment. So just make sure you do it within the first 30 minutes from the start time. So during this time, you will write it out either by hand or you will write it out on your laptop until the submission is due. So from submission due time, this is where it's very important. So first you upload on the Invigilator app. So if you wrote it out on your laptop, you'll take pictures of the screen, scroll down a bit, take a picture of the next, screen to make sure that you capture everything that you've written down. If you've obviously done it by hand, you will have to go through each page and scan it with the app. So you have 10 minutes to start do the upload and start the upload process. Now, usually my modules, my exams will give you 30 minutes. So remember, you can then email the PDF that you scanned in with the Invigilator app, email it to yourself and upload that if it was handwritten. If it obviously was in Microsoft Word, you just save it as PDF, you log back into my modules, and then you submit it like you would do your normal, how can I say, submission. So, David, are you ready for just a quick how to do the mock exam?
Yeah, Richard. Okay, great stuff. I see a lot of students were asking, where is the mock exam? So I'm going to quickly show them how to get there. I just want to close all my pages and I'll start from scratch. Okay, cool. So let me quickly share my screen. Okay, so I see a lot of you guys are asking, when can we get the QR code for the mock exam and all that type of thing? Okay, so we're going to quickly show you how to do this. So I'm just going to open our good old Google Chrome, and we will post this in the chat as well, guys, so that you get access to it. So you go to odovh.unisa.ac.za, whack it with your finger, and then you'll see it opens like this. This is an open platform, so that means there are other courses on there that you can actually do when you've got the time. But for today, I think you're a little bit more focusing on although we're going to say exams, I know it's an assessment, but the principles are the same. In other words, in terms of how the app works and where do you get information. So you're just going to use this one, basic skills for your online exams. So it's kind of a good practice to do it as an assessment, because when you get to exam, you're going to be super comfortable with the app. So the very first time it's going to say to you, okay, to access this course, remember it is 100% free, guys. Just click on continue. And then because you're a UNISA student, you can say yes. For anybody else who's not, I don't know why they would want to do this, they can say no. Then you're just going to click on this little guy. So it's very much exactly the same login as your My Modules. Okay, so that's quite important. Same concept, same login routine, and it works beautifully. Okay, so once you get into this, guys, so most of this you don't need to know, all right? So you can kind of just skip it because you just want to focus on the Invigilating app. So this is the point where you're going to come click on it, all right? And then you'll get access to all the information that we've shared with you this evening about the app itself. Okay, so they're downloading from the Play Store. Please don't download it from any funny bunny chat groups or WhatsApp groups or anything like that. Please go to the official chat store, right? And you make sure you got the one that's got this little guy with the L with the seriously big glasses. Yep, so this is the app that you're going to work with. Do the download, all right? Then there is the demo exam that we kind of showed you. There is a user guide that Erica also referred to. So if you go click on it, you'll see it opens this document that you can actually run through. So if you did join this session late and you don't want to use YouTube, then you can actually go this way. I know YouTube's got a lot of, shall we say, disruptors, because you want to go watch other videos that you're seeing there. All right, so rather use the PDF if you have that problem. Okay, and it basically explains everything to you. So there is the demo as well, guys. That's the one place to find it. There's the QR code. So just remember, as Erica said, you can use the app. It's got a built-in function that's going to want you to take a picture or a grab or scan of the QR, or you can simply type it in. Okay, so it's totally up to you. So just go and practice it. I can't stress that enough, guys. A lot of the anxiety you're feeling and everything, it's perfectly normal. But once you've done the app a few hundred times, you will absolutely feel fine. So there we go. You download the app and then you register the app. Just remember, you're creating your own password, hey? So just take note, but please use your My Life email. And that's also very important, guys. It's your student number at mylife.unisa.ac.za. So it's your student number at mylife.unisa.ac.za. Not .coms and .abcs and .whatevers. Okay, so just make sure you've got the right email address, guys. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So anyway, so then you verify your account, you go and do the calibration. So remember, that's just to test your device, eh? To make sure that your camera is working front side, back side, the sound is working, and all that type of thing. So you can do this. It won't take you too long. It's very quick to do. Then, of course, you do your master selfie, as Eric explained. So this is very important because this is the one they're going to keep with the app to identify you. So just make sure you do a nice one. If, for example, you make a boo-boo here and the picture doesn't come out right, then there is that technical helpline that you can simply contact and they will be able to redo it for you. And then, of course, you log in. But just remember, it's your password, hey? So make sure you save it somewhere that you don't forget the password. A suggestion, maybe, use the same password as My Life because, you know, it's the same login that you're using. It'll just make life easier for you. Okay, so that's basically the document, and then we talk about the demo itself. But I mean, you have to do it practically, guys. Otherwise, yeah, you're not going to have the feel for the app. So once you do it practically, it's actually pretty cool. All right, then you just scroll down a little bit. So there is the WhatsApp number. So if you didn't get it the first time we shared it, there you go. You can actually just come. So it's on the same page. You see, we've grouped everything nicely there for you guys. So it's easy for you to go and find. So there's a support page and the FAQs that we've covered. But if you've gone through this, you set up the app. Now you want to go test it out. There's the link right at the bottom. Okay, so if you go click on this one, you see it's going to open a new page. And if it's your first time, it's going to ask you to just log in or continue. But of course, I'm logged in. It's going to remember me, so it's not a problem. And then you just scroll down. You won't see that one, but you'll see this one here. And this is your demo. Okay, so if you click on it, it's going to open. So we've just created a little demo for you so that you guys get a feel to see, okay, so yeah, we've given you some instructions. So you can go type this in Microsoft Word, for example, whatever your answers are. Remember, we're doing something very simple here. And then, of course, there's the QR code. So you go scan this QR code, the app will start. Then you go to the questions, open Microsoft Word, type in some answers. As the app goes along, it asks you to take pictures and whatnot. You do that. Once you're 8 minutes, because remember your demo is only 8 minutes long. Once it's done, then it's going to do the whole scanning process with you. So you need to get a nice feel to see, okay, this is how I take pictures. This is how I say next. When am I finished? I'm going to click on done. Then what does it do? It creates a PDF for me. Awesome. Can I share that PDF? Yes, it gives you all those options. And then you can go share it to your Gmail or wherever you want to share it to, or even WhatsApp. So the best thing for you guys to do then is, just like you download your question papers, your assignment questions in a written exam, it's exactly the same method that you're going to do with your assessment now. So, for example, there's your take home. So let's pretend this was my exam. So I would click on it, downloads, I quickly open it, I see all the questions. Okay, I type up my answer. Remember, the app is already running. And then once I'm done, I'm going to then have to come and, okay, in my case, I'll have to edit because I've done it like a zillion times. But in your case, you're going to then have to come and upload your answer. Okay. So go and practice it, guys. That's why we've created this for you, so that you're totally comfortable uploading, save your changes, and then you can see that it's done. Just remember, there's 2 uploads that are happening here. On the Invigilating app, it's going to do its process that you're going to do and follow. And then, of course, with my exams, or in this case, my UNISA, my modules, you're also going to upload your answer there. So it's quite a nice way just to get a feel for when you get to your exams, because it's going to be exactly the same. The only difference is with your exams, it will be on the exam site. So it's a little bit different in terms of where. But really, this is how it goes, guys. So go and practice it, go play around with it, do the app. It definitely will make you feel a lot more comfortable. And of course, there is that technical helpline if you've got any issues. And also, very importantly, if you've got any proctoring problems whatsoever, you can also contact proctoring inquiries as well. That can also help you as well. So there we go, guys. Go and have some, I wouldn't say fun, but go have some experience using the demo app. And hopefully you guys then will see that it's not such a bad thing after all. All right, back to you, Richard.
Okay, thank you, David. Yes, for that rundown. So students, please go do the mock exams. It gives you a real experience of how you upload it, as you will do on my modules for your assessments. Remember, later in the exams, you will do it on the My Exams portal, but we will have quite a few sessions as we get closer to the exams. Erica, is there any last words from your side for the students?
I think, you know, if you are sitting here and you are feeling slightly overwhelmed, I really do want to assure you that the process is not difficult. It is a very simple process, and you are prompted every step of the way. So you will never wonder, what do I need to do now? The app will ask you continuously for whatever it is that you need to do, but it is new technology for those of you using it for the first time, and that's why it is so important, as reiterated by David and by Richard, that you have to play around with this a little bit. So you must do the demo, you must do the mock exam, you know, just to familiarize yourself and get comfort from the process. And then, you know, once you reach your first assessment, there's absolutely nothing to worry about because you're going to understand exactly what is required of you. And I think just, you know, from our side, the Invigilator, we really do wish you the best of luck for all of your academics this year. We hope it goes really well. And if you have any problems, always feel free to reach out to our help desk for assistance relating to the app, of course.
Thank you, Rika. So yes, students, I'll just see a few there. If you did join late, remember the recording will be directly available after this on YouTube, where you can actually watch it as we are streaming there live at the current moment as well. So just last thing, I saw somebody asked about the, how can I say, if you write it out on your laptop, you know, is it then, you know, multiple work to now take pictures of the screen and upload that to the app and then save it to a PDF. So remember, you can't upload a PDF to the app. You'll have to use the app's built-in scanner to scan your screen basically as you scroll down through it. So where do you find the demo? So the demos is available in the guides. That's the links that we shared earlier. Let me just paste it there again. So remember, the recordings will be available, and very importantly, go do this mock exams and tests as soon as possible and the demos so that you can have, you know, how can I say, comfort in how the process works. Do not leave it for the last day. Unfortunately, if you are at 9 o'clock or whenever the first assessment starts, if they're going to provide you assistance on first registering and setting up, you're going to miss that for half an hour gap. So do it as soon as possible, please. And you'll see it's actually a very easy process. And that means you can focus on studying your material. But yes, that's then all from my side. I see Bafo. Can you
Thank you. Thank you, Richard. I see there are still a lot of questions here. Because my next class is only starting at 7. So if maybe you still want to address some of the questions, but I just want to answer some questions that maybe were directed to the lecturers or the academics while we are even still in this audience, because it is in this audience that this question were raised. Like one person was asking, what if he writes something in a piece of paper? In any event, even if you are writing in a physical venue, you are not supposed to write anything in pieces of paper. But what is more important, why I felt the need for me to just come in, is that when you do your calculation, don't do them anywhere else. Do them on the same script that you'll submit, because most marks are allocated for calculations. So if you're gonna write your calculations somewhere and then you write your answer somewhere and then you upload it, it means you are throwing away marks, because marks are allocated for calculations. A worst possible situation, you can even write them at the back, because mostly we page at the back of the script. So you can write them there, or maybe you start your question at half page, or somehow you just leave space for your calculations. So don't throw away calculations, you are throwing away marks, because if we can't see where did you get the amount, we have to look for your calculations and we find them and you get them. Maybe let's say this is a 5-mark calculation, or even 8 marks, where you are calculating depreciation and depreciation and something like that. So if you can't find the marks, I've seen there are a lot of times, especially now that you are writing, there are a lot of times where we can see that this amount is calculated somewhere, but the student didn't write. You page, you search, and then we don't give a mark. We don't guess. We want calculations. Then someone was saying that, talking about printer writing, computer writing, when he's writing on a computer, maybe there are windows or multiple windows. I've communicated with one of my colleagues who is at second year, who told me that no, all students now are writing all students are writing manually. You have to write by hand, not computer. So someone was asking if can he download the question paper. Yes, if it's convenient for you, you can download the question paper and you write it. So what I will try and see if we can be able to do, you don't forget the student number, everything. I can see if it's possible for us to send to you something that is pre-printed, has got lines, because it makes it easier. Because next thing another person is going to write on an A4 printing paper, you see it's going to be skewed there, and awkward. It's going to be a lot of things. So yeah, so those are the questions that I see. That especially now that I'm in this audience and we have until even 7th before the next class, I should address. I'm not sure if colleagues, are there any questions you can remember? I see. Is it going to be, or we have to draw the tables? I don't understand. How does MCQ and drawing the table goes? You will have to, just answer one student, you will have to write, as you are normally writing an exam, you show your calculations. What you will try to do is to make sure that, you write your answers, yeah. I'm not sure, because you have time, I'd like students to say, because it might help someone. I see Andy was told, I don't know if you can go, if Richard, you can unmute Andy.
Yeah, okay, let me give so she can unmute. Just a quick question. So will they be writing it by hand or can they use their laptop? And will they be getting an answer sheet on which they have to complete it?
We will show final instructions, because currently the colleague I spoke to said they can write on anything, but looking to simplify things, because an answer sheet has got page numbers and everything. Even if you can, we will try to see if can we upload, because the answer sheet it make sure that a student is giving the student number, everything. There is it's something I pre-printed. So we will try to make that so that it's easy for us.
Okay, and this way you can go ahead and unmute.
Oh, okay, my question is about the angle of the phone. Like as I'll be writing using my laptop, I just need to understand exactly which angle like my phone should face to me, or it should face to the laptop.
So Andiswa, your phone doesn't need to be in any specific position. You're just going to put it down next to you on your desk where you are writing, close enough so that you can hear the prompts and you can react to the prompts, okay?
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, so remember, it doesn't take video, it just takes records your audio the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, sorry guys, I just have to excuse myself. I thought that the meeting is ending at 6:30, so unfortunately I have other plans. But I just wanted to remind you that if you do have any app-related problems, always feel free to reach out to our help desk. Thank you so much all and have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Erika.
So I just want to come in quickly here. Some students are asking, is there a class? Yes, there is a class. It's only for 1601, not 1602. Maybe those that are asking are for 1601. I see some they are correcting each other, 1602. So they are correcting each other. And now a lot of people are asking, they've been getting this question a lot to say, is it an open book assessment? No, it's not open book assessment. You don't carry anything. As I was saying, you don't carry notes, you don't carry anything. And the class is today on the 8th. Maybe you didn't see. I had to just that there are a lot of announcements there. So the class is today.
Okay, and Nomsa, you can unmute.
Okay, the question that I have is, are we going to write our answers on a plain paper, or are we going to get a sheet where we're going to write our answers? For example, they say we must do a statement of financial position. Do I have to draw the lines and all that? Or are we going to get a sheet where are we going to write our answers?
Yeah, currently there is no standard paper that you write. So, but we will try and and arrange. You see, just have to talk to some people to make sure that is that thing maybe standard, because it's nicer if a student is writing on a standard document. It makes everything easy. So, but if we let's say there isn't anything that says, so it means you will write on a clean paper. But I would suggest that you get something that is got lines, man. Maybe like an exercise. But then, if there is nothing standard, so but it's up to you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, David. Any other questions you noticed from the chat?
No, I think we're covering most of them, but I do see Sibongile's hand is up.
Yes, Sibongile, you can go ahead. You can unmute.
Hello, I just had a question about the time on, let's say, on my exam after I finished writing. My question was, since the Invigilator app takes the same time as the duration of the exam, let's say now I finish everything last minute, will I still have enough time to go on my exam and upload the script? Do they have extra time on my exam as well to upload?
Yes, so remember the app allows you for 10 minutes to complete the uploads process. So if you look at the screen, if it's the start time and this is the submission due time, so this is basically your writing time, it gives you an additional 10 minutes for uploading. So the app doesn't give you that very much. That's why you prioritize scanning your pages and uploading it. And then you're on the exams portal or my modules where you'll be writing, you get an additional 30 minutes to submit. So that's after, you know, say you're writing from 9 to 12, sort of from then 10 past 12, you can submit on the Invigilator app, and until 12:30, you can submit on the assessment platform.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Richard, I just want to get something clear, because we've got an extra hour that is given for all these Invigilator app and everything. So if we are starting at 1, is official writing at 1. When can all these preliminary work begin? When can we say this is the time to start writing? We'll use 1 hour for writing. How do you split this time before and after writing?
Sorry, Bafo, will you just repeat that?
I'm saying in a 2-hour session, there's 1 hour that's dedicated for app. Maybe let's say from 1 o'clock, students, they start doing the preliminary work for the app. Is it when will they start writing? If we say they should be before their computers at 1 o'clock, when will they start writing?
So yes, so remember they get the 15 minutes beforehand to access the question papers and then to start the invigilation process. So generally in this time, you download your question paper. At the start time, you scan the QR code so that the assessment starts. And then during this time is when you're writing. So then at the end, they get an additional 10 minutes and 30 minutes for the uploading.
10 minutes to take. Oh, okay. So at 1 o'clock, no, it's fine then. At 1 o'clock, they will start dealing with everything. And then, so meaning the official time to start writing, it will be 1:15, or will it be 1:30?
So the system usually then says from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, the system will open already 1:45, where they can access the question papers. And then if it's 2 o'clock, then by 2:30, they must be submitted.
No, it's just that I'm not sure if we have planned, because they'll be writing a 1-hour paper.
Okay.
So they can, if by 1:15, by 1 o'clock, they can start doing preliminary work. Is it by 1:15 that they'll start writing, or is it by 1:30?
So yeah, it depends how they set it up, but it will give them just that initial time to start, and then at the end, last half an hour to submit. but the system will show the official times when it starts and stop for the 1 hour.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but just one, I don't know how, and also while you are here, man, I was going to send you an email. Also, there are students who are writing at night. I think it's Professor Tutoit was saying that we have to make a pre-arrangement because you see, other students are working. So can we also arrange that?
Okay, we'll have to just follow up, yeah, with I think Francette and them.
Yeah, yeah, no, I will drop an email.
Oh, okay. Then I think we've got a.
Then also there is one, is it Kwena Lesejo, maybe just come in. The question paper will be on my exams. So next to my life in a, what do you call this? In a homepage of my UNISA, there is a link to my exam. So I think that's where you find the question paper. Is that correct?
Yes, from my
Richard?
understanding, that's where they will access the assessments.
Yeah, I just want to see. So I'm using my laptop and my phone. Would my laptop still record me? No, maybe when you write, you have to write by handwriting. So we can submit our handwriting. You don't have to type. We don't want students to type. It's risky. Can we submit? Yes, we have to type. Yeah, I'm not sure if, I think we are done. You can give, while we still have time, you can give these two students time to talk and to say, to ask if they want to ask.
Yeah, Seppo, you can go ahead. You can unmute from your side. Seppo, if you're available, you can just unmute from your side.
Or we can move to the next one if Seppo.
Yeah, Clement, you can go ahead.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead, Clement.
Okay, I needed to ask whether it is acceptable to type using my laptop or I have to use my handwriting.
You have to use your handwriting because you see we are dealing with cheating. You see, we won't be able to see if it's typed, so we don't type. You're right.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Marupolo, you can go ahead.
Hello, sir. I wanted to ask if they say the app doesn't record us, we put the phone aside. Is this going to be an open assignment or is it a closed book?
You have to write a closed book because you see, while even though you put it aside, but it will prompt you to take pictures quickly. And yeah, so, and also the other thing, you must make sure that you meet these requirements, because once there are deviations, there is nothing a lecturer that can do. That's why we have these trainings. It will be beyond my authority to deal with that. If you have been flagged and the rule says if you have been flagged, even if it's a technicality, even if by the time that you should have been verified, you have to take pictures and everything, you haven't done that, it's a red flag, it's a flag, and also it's a deviation, and it amounts to as if you've cheated or something. So please be careful.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, we can give the next one, Richard.
Hello, sir. I just wanted to ask that when I'm done, is it a problem if I rearrange my question, my answer sheet, like upside down? If, let's say, I started with question 4, then I followed with question 2 in the document, will that be a problem?
Yes, I deal with that in the exam technique. You start with a question that you are more comfortable with. As long as you're going to write and you start in a new page. As long as you're going to write the question number.
Okay, sir, I'm answered.
Let's go to the next one, Richard.
Hi, sorry, I just wanted to ask, in our previous online tests that we've written that have been moderated like this, we've always had like our laptop camera on. So in this case, there's going to be no camera like that. It's just the app on our phone that we need to take photos with.
Richard, you can go ahead.
Yes, so remember, I'm not sure which proctoring tool, it might have been Moodle proctoring that you used before. So this one works differently. It goes by the recording and also doing just the selfies you take. So it doesn't use your camera on your phone. Once you're going to get later on to your CTA tests and things like that, that's where they use the iris invigilation that records your screen and your camera. So they will need your camera on at the whole time. But for this one, you do not need to have a camera working on your laptop.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes,
Okay.
we can move to the next one, Richard.
Tepu, you can go ahead. Hello.
Can I get in?
Yes.
I just want to ask me, since you said it's not an open book, we have to download the question paper with the, let me say I'm gonna download it in my laptop with my laptop. Then I'm gonna use my phone for the Invigilator. Is it correct?
Yes.
Yes.
And then what's gonna happen, because it's not an open book, where am I supposed to do the calculations? Because I think somewhere around the exam, we're gonna be required to maybe take a picture of the draft, or are we not gonna be allowed to do that?
I've always said it, I've been saying a lot of times, the calculation, you make them on your own script, on that same script.
Which script? Because I'm gonna download the question paper with the laptop.
The answering script. And I've been trying to tell students, even if it's not about invigilation, everything, you're in a venue, you write calculations in a script, because if you can't see how did you get the amount, we look for calculations. And you throw away marks if you don't, if you're gonna write separately where you go to calculations.
I'm a little bit lost. I'm gonna download it in my laptop, so it's gonna be a PDF document, is it?
But I'm saying you'll be on your answer sheet, you'll be writing calculations as well. The moment you press a calculator, you are typing, you write calculations back down. And also you have to have a computer, because you don't want this mix up of saying, no, but I was calculating. No, go and buy a calculator so that you can do calculations.
I don't think, maybe I'm not asking in a
or maybe Richard, do you understand what the student is asking?
Yeah, so remember, you can download the question paper, but you're going to be writing it out by hand on paper, your answers.
A book paper, is it?
Yes, yeah.
So that's going to be the script, the answer sheet that I'm going to use. So that's where I'm going to record all the calculations.
Yes, on the answer book.
And somewhere during the exam, we're going to be required to capture maybe the portion where we did the calculations.
Yeah, so you do it with the question where you answer the question, you do the calculations there as well.
Oh, okay. No, thank you.
Okay. I think we already had you, unless you've got another question. Alicia, sorry, you can go ahead. Let me just allow your mic.
Hi, I just wanted to find out if we have to write out the answer script, how are we gonna upload it onto the MyUnisa platform? We're gonna have to scan it on the app, and how do we get the PDF from the app to the laptop?
Okay, so if you go look at the recording again, you'll see that Erica did show how you can actually use that PDF that's generated in the app. You can email it directly to your MyLife email and then upload it. Once you receive it on your laptop, you upload it from there to your My Modules. If you are very familiar with using your device, you can actually save it as a PDF on your mobile phone as well, and then just directly log into My Exams on your phone and upload it directly from your phone. So you've got multiple options to use that PDF that you scanned in the app on how to submit it in on My Exams. Hope that helps, Alicia.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Mali, follow, you can go ahead. Let me just allow your microphone.
Good afternoon, everyone. I think Alicia has already asked the question that I wanted to ask, because I also wanted to ask the same question. Or we're gonna answer on the separate sheet and then upload on the Invigilator app. So how are we going to get it to them? So Alicia has already asked the question, so I think I'm answered. Thank you.
Okay. So what I
So
can
Richard, sorry.
Yes.
Quickly.
Sorry?
Yeah, quickly. So from the answer sheet to the phone, is there a built-in scanner that they can use to scan, and then it automatically goes somewhere?
Yes, so in the app, they scan it directly already in as a PDF for submission on the app. And that PDF document they can send to to upload to my exams as well.
Yes, no, there you have it. Yeah, you can move to the next one.
Okay, so just a recommendation when you go do the mock exams, do it already where you then scan it in and submit it. So you can do that on the mock exam as well.
Sorry, Richard, when is their mock exam? When is it going to be available so that you can tell them to go and do a mock exam and then simulate this whole thing?
Let me quickly, I'll paste the links again for you in the chat. So that's already available. There we go.
Even if you can drop for me on the email so that's like, oh, I'll take it here and then I will.
Oh, okay.
So how does it work then? How do students simulate this whole thing?
So yes, so it works exactly like they will do on the day. So they also download the question paper. They then write it out by hand. So there's a few questions that we have on there that's very generic, but just to really get familiar with the process of how you get prompted, how you scan it in, and then you also submit it on there. And it's the same platform also. Exactly the same process as you would use on my exams as well. So once you've done it, you know exactly what to expect on the day.
Okay, no, thank you.
Sibogele, you can go ahead.
Okay, I think the confusion now is about the test not being open book. I mean, you mentioned that the camera won't be looking at us and the phones can be placed in whichever position. So how do you make sure that we are not cheating? And also because if I'm going to be using my own answer script, I'll have to obviously carry a notebook since I don't know how many pages I need. So how do you prove that we did not cheat, or how do we prove that we did not cheat?
So there's quite a few ways that they, how can I say, check. So remember, you do take pictures of your workspace beforehand to make sure that there's no, how can I say, books or other documents available. They also use your GPS, for instance, and then also, as I mentioned, the audio, you know, if there's any discussions regarding the work going on, all of that's happening. So yeah, so as long as you are honest from your side, they won't flag you, you know, how can I say, incorrectly.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, Esther, you can go ahead. Let me just allow your microphone. Esther?
We can move to the next one if Esther is struggling.
Esther, I see you are unmuted. Okay, while we wait for you, Pamela, you can go ahead. Pamela?
Good evening, everyone. I wanted to find out regarding the My Exam portal. So we can use our laptops and our cell phones. So opening up the laptop for accessing the question paper and the answer sheet, if there will be an answer sheet, and then the Invigilator app. Can we open it up on the phone?
Yes, so the Invigilator
and
app.
Uploading of the document.
Yes, so remember you have to upload in the Invigilator app and then also on My Exams. So just know that process.
Okay, so you need to upload in both sides, which is the My Exam and the Invigilator app.
Yes. So you'll see
Okay.
when you do the demo, it will immediately tell you, okay, now you have to scan it in. And then once you scan everything in, you start uploading it in the app. And while you're uploading, you can then email that PDF document to yourself to submit on your laptop.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, Innocent, you can go ahead. So Esther, we still can't hear you on our side. Maybe just ask your question in the chat for David to pick up. Okay, Innocent, you can unmute on your side. Okay, to sit there, oh Mary, you can go ahead.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm good. I'm a bit scared and a confused student at the moment, whereby I'm asking myself that we download, let's say I use a laptop and a phone. So I'm going to be downloading using my laptop, as in I download the question paper, and then after that, I take things with this. I'm scanning with my phone with the document downloaded on the laptop, and then submitting on the app. How are we gonna do this? I'm really scared. Like, I don't even understand how everything has to be done. Thank you.
You'll see once you go do the mock exam, then you'll see actually it's a very easy process, very quick as well. So that's why it's so important to go do that mock exam so you can be familiar with the process. Because as you mentioned, you start the app on your phone, you download your question paper, you scan the QR code, the app runs on itself, it will prompt you when you need to take a selfie. And then at the end, it will prompt you as well then to scan in your document. And that same scan you can then submit on My Exams as well. So yes, please go do the mock exam and you'll see it's actually a very easy process to follow.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, I think just we'll be having to start a class at around 7. So we'll be cutting off at 7, and then yeah, we'll be moving over to the next class. At least we've allowed a handful of questions.
Yeah, so I think Kusana will make you the last one. Kusana?
Evening, everyone. I'm not sure if this was addressed already because I joined it late, coming back from work. I wanted to ask, let's say a person encounters like technical issues, whatever those issues might be, and then you call the help desk to be assisted and you manage to get that fixed, let's say within 10 minutes. Will I get back my 10 minutes or will I lose that 10 minutes into me writing my assessment now?
Yeah, so I see they posted a WhatsApp. So remember, it's not a call line. So it's a WhatsApp number that you message. Where you send them a message, your student number, the module that you're writing, and then they will provide you technical assistance from there. So this is from the Invigilator side. So remember on my modules, how can I say, if your lecturer allows it, they will sometimes allow it if you can prove, because you have now proved that you had technical problems. But generally, that you do not get that time back. So that's why it's make sure beforehand everything is working. So you're set up with your profile so that you don't have any technical hiccups during the day. If there's a very general technical hurdle, then what I usually do is then My Exams, how can I say, boardroom, they decide, and then they will give extension if it's, the service giving problems. But if it's something on your own device, we just quickly need to get technical support. You usually don't get that time back.
All right, thank you.
Okay, everyone, so that's 7 o'clock. So enjoy for all of those that's going to your next class. All the best of that. All the best with your exams and your assessments. And yes, the recordings will be made available as well on YouTube. We've shared the link quite a few times already, but the recording in the session will also be available. So all the best and have a good evening. Bye.
Thanks, Richard. So now, once again, students, those who are doing FAC1601, we are moving to a class, a company's class in the link that I've posted, but the link is already also on my UNISA.